YouTube, it's Jen.
And Brad.
And we are here for our week 99 post-op. No, not
100.
100!
Why 100? That's a Miami thing. If you're from Miami, you know channel Y100 on the radio. Sorry.
Week 100 post-op lap band update. And let's start with the numbers. I am 5 foot 4 inches tall. Last week, I started this journey at 262 pounds in December of 2012. Last week, I was 173.4. This week, I am 175.8, which is a 2.4 pound gain. And that is because we ate our way through New York last weekend. So, every delicious calorie was worth it.
6 feet tall, starting weight 320. Last week, 217.4. This week, 219.6 for a 2.2 pound gain.
And was it worth it?
Oh, I think so, but I mean, no. Was the food good? Yes. Do I wish I had gained the weight? No.
Well,
so
nobody's going to wish they
if given
gained
the choice, I'd be like, no. But it's not like we go to New York every weekend. We go once a year, maybe.
So, for people that are in New York, you probably know this. But for those of you who ever go to visit New York, let me tell you 2 places you must go, 2 things you must eat. Number 1, you must get hot chocolate from a place called Max Brenner's. It's like they take a candy bar and just literally melt it, and you're just drinking liquid candy bar. It is thick.
It's disgusting,
and
in my
sweet
opinion.
and delicious. And you know you're just gaining weight as it passes your lips. You can just feel your body expand, but it's that delicious. Number 2,
I'm not a big hot chocolate fan.
Number 2, which you will agree with me on,
Yes.
is a bakery called Maison Kaiser,
Yes.
or as I like to say, Kaiser Sose. They have the best cookies and
It's a French patisserie.
and the white chocolate pistachio.
Yes. It sounds weird. Phenomenal.
So good. So good. So between that and the New York pizza and whatever else, delicious, delicious, delicious.
Yes.
Now keep in mind, we weren't just slugs just shoveling food in our mouths. We did
We
walk
walked
around. We saw his sister up there. She said that it had always been one of her things she wanted to do was walk the Brooklyn Bridge, so we walked it both ways. Yeah. It was a fun...
And they're like, oh, we'll take a taxi. We're like, can we walk instead?
Yes. They kept wanting to take taxis places, and I'm like...
And it was funny because
we're like
we're up from
blocks...
Florida, and the temperature there was a high of 40, so they're like, oh, let's, bundle up and take taxis. And we're like,
I'm
can
taking
we walk?
my jacket off.
We loved it. We thought it was
It
great.
was so nice. So, yes, I loved it, loved it, loved it. Evie, if you're watching, I'm sorry. I wish I could have gotten to Connecticut, and Ashley Grills, I wish I could have seen you next time. What else? So, what did we do? So, Wednesday, we weighed in last Wednesday. Thursday, I went to Orange Theory again and did the cardio and the strength training. Because I have a bad knee, they told me to replace all the lunges with,
Squats.
brain dictionary is turned off. No.
Power squats. Mega squats.
Deadlifts, but with the legs staggered. So I love deadlifts. Deadlifts don't bother me. I did a gazillion deadlifts. Let me tell you, the next morning, Friday morning, as we get ready to go to New York, every muscle in my legs have contracted in my hamstrings, and every step we took
whined
the entire time.
Weekend.
I was in so much pain. Oh my gosh. But I'm glad that I did Orange Theory again yesterday. That is a butt-kicking class. This whole pushing it on the treadmill, not just going your regular speed, but pushing it to a faster speed and then sprinting all out. I watched Erica Banded Twin did her video, and she said that I jinxed her last week because I talked about my fear of the treadmill and falling off the treadmill, and so what did she do today? She did exactly what I described and slipped off the treadmill and had burns and stuff. I'm very sorry. And even though, and she had mentioned that when we went on the weight loss cruise, I did jog on the treadmill, and that was like jogging at a pace of like 6 miles per hour, something constant that I know I can do. I still worry because I'm not in a straight line, but at Orange Theory they want you to push, and so I get up to like 7.7 for small periods of time, and I am so afraid that I'm going, that my body is going to quit, and I am just going to, fall, and so I'm still tentative. It gets better each time, but I'm still afraid to really go all out on the runs.
Ah!
Did he bite you?
Sorry, Mr. Whiskers just bit my big toe.
Did you bite him? Come here. Come here, my baby.
That is a cat that does not like to be touched.
But yet he wants to bite us for attention, so.
He bit my toe.
Sorry.
What are you doing?
You didn't bite my toe.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm tentative, and I'm sorry, Erica, if I jinxed you. And today in my core class, where we use the bands, and we were lunging while stepping on a band, and I'm trying to balance and step backwards, and I literally fell in the middle of class. The teacher
Nice.
looked at me and she's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And I'm just like, I feel so stupid. So, what else?
So I did yoga today, and I ran on Monday and Thursday of last week. So I think you all know Jen and I are doing a 5K in the beginning of December. I'm doing my 10K.
Yeah, got an email today. Got a text today from Shelly,
Not doing it.
who doesn't watch the videos, so we can talk smack about her. But
She
I
bailing
wouldn't,
on
because
us?
I love her. Yeah, she's bailing on us.
That's okay.
There was a work thing that came up, and she's
It's
bailing
not
on
a
us.
problem. We're doing it for us.
The color run?
Well,
That was kind of inspired by Shelly.
that's okay. But I'm doing a 10K December 20th.
Yes.
So I've been ramping up. So Thursday last week I did 5 miles, and it wasn't bad. It was very mental, from the perspective of don't think you're just going to run 5 miles. Just do 1 mile at a time. I'm like, oh, 1 mile, I can do 1 mile, and just mile, and boop, done.
So
I was most pleased that I was able to just set the same pace than I did. I mean, it's not super fast. I run a 12-minute mile, and I did 12 minutes for 5 miles. So that was it. Exactly 1 hour to the second.
but you are going to, before December 20th, do a 10K on the treadmill so you
Correct.
prepare.
Hmm.
But I have no doubt you're going to crush it.
The only part that
shit.
concerns me a little bit is it's starting to get colder here in Florida, and the 10K is like first thing in the morning, and I do not like running in the cold.
Yes, but just because it's cold today, tomorrow
Oh, I
it
know.
could be 85 degrees.
I know. I don't like running in the cold.
I love
It's not
it.
enjoyable for me.
Love it. What else? We have this weekend. We're going to DC. Well, hopefully we'll do a better job than in New York because
Yes.
you can't go to New York and not eat New York pizza. But in DC it won't be as food oriented. It will be much more family oriented.
Correct.
So I'm very excited to see the family. And then next week is Thanksgiving.
Which
So-
shouldn't tempt you at all because you don't really care for Thanksgiving.
Yes, I do not like Thanksgiving food. So I think that is it. And then we're coming up on December, our last 2 weeks of the year. We like to stay at home, be lazy bums.
Except for the fact that we exercise every
We exercise
day.
every day, but then we
That's
don't.
our trade-off is we veg out and binge watch TV shows, but we exercise every day.
Yeah, every day. So I'm looking forward to that, and I'm just.
And we have a visit with our doctor on December 18th set.
December 18th is our last visit of the year with the doctor. We'll get our blood work done, and we're both going to get fluoros.
Yep.
December 19th will be 2 years, 2 years
Post-op.
post-op. And then December 20th is the 10K for him and 5K for me, both of which are timed in actual real races, not the color run.
Yep.
So, very, very excited. Let's see, we have less than 6 minutes. One thing I have been thinking about a lot lately, and pondering, because basically all year, I've been in the 170s. Basically. I mean, I had a few moments in the 160s, but basically in the 170s all year. And I'm trying to decide whether to describe this past year as me being successful or as me being not successful. And I want to know what your take is on.
I would say it depends upon how you're measuring it.
No, that's what I'm asking you is how do you measure? I want to know, Brad, how do you measure
So
success?
this year, I've been within a 9-pound range.
Okay.
The lowest I got to was 211.2, and I'm now 219.6. So basically,
8
within
pounds. 8.5 pounds.
so 9 pound
Okay.
range, which I think, on one hand, is fantastic because knowing me, I mean, we've seen it. We can gain 9 pounds in a long weekend, and without lap band, we easily would have gained a lot of weight. So it's not like I went down and I put some weight back on. Before, I would have just put more and more weight
But
on.
does it ever concern you that it's a gateway? That it's 9 pounds this year, and then next
No.
year it's going to be another 4 pounds?
No.
And then that's how it creeps back on.
No.
See, that's why I'm worried. Like, I think, you know, if you're like within a 4 pound range.
Because the difference is also the healthy habits we formed. We never used, pre-lap band, we didn't work out the way we work out now.
Okay.
You know, and we didn't have, I just think we've got a lot more tools in the toolkit now. And it's not like we put on weight and we're going to keep putting on more and more weight. We put on, take off, put on, we keep staying within this narrow
Okay.
band.
And that's just what I'm
It's not like we
wondering.
reached a number and we said, okay, I give up, we're just going to start putting back on. By making these videos, by being accountable, we keep, even though we haven't gotten to, I think we'd set in our mind a number
Yes.
that means success. I think we are still having success that we never enjoyed because this wasn't the number we picked to be at. So we never celebrated where we've gotten to. We keep looking at it as a failure instead of a success.
I know, and that's why I want, you know, I'd like to hear from others, you know, how do you measure success? What do you think? Because, you know, I decided at the beginning of the year that I was going to have a goal to be at 155 this year. Clearly, that is not happening by December 31st. And then I don't know when I'm being too hard on myself because I didn't get there. And then I think, well, my lap band was broken for 7, you know, or not broken necessarily, but not at its peak performance for 7 of the 12 months this year. But is that making excuses? So I never know whether to look at it like, hey, I didn't have a fully working tool and I didn't gain on my way back, or, hey, it's just a tool, I could have worked harder without it. So I guess I keep bouncing back and forth between and evaluating this year how to grade myself, I guess. That's what I've just been thinking about. And I want next year, I want to make another goal, and I want to get to it, and I don't want to get complacent and be like, well, okay, I look fine, you know, I'm not where I want to be, but this is okay, and I didn't hit it this year, so do I really have to hit it next year? Like, I don't know. That's just what I've been thinking about.
I gotcha.
How do you feel you've been this year? So you feel like if you graded yourself, you'd give yourself?
A B plus. A B positive.
He's my B and he's always positive.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm Miss Negativity, so.
Yes.
Okay, well that was just what I was thinking, and I'm just wondering what you were thinking.
That's what I'm thinking.
You look like there's something on your brain.
No, I'm just tired.
Okay. Well, that is it. We'll see you all next week, the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. That is when I will be doing my annual, every year my mom and I get a picture taken with Santa Claus.
Every year.
Every year. My walls are lined with me and my mom and Santa Claus. But next Wednesday we'll be back. We hope you all are big losers. We hope you kick some fat asses. And I guess that's it. We'll see you next week.
Bye, YouTube.
Bye.